I think it's really important to reassure people that COVID-19, the disease caused by coronavirus, is a human disease. That's really important. And there's no evidence of any ongoing transmission of the disease by our pets. Nevertheless, as we seek to understand the disease, we think it's really important that we apply the usual hygiene measures that we ought to be applying all the time. So washing our hands before and after contact with our pets, their lead, their food, their poo. But that's just all good precautionary advice, and to be reassured that this is a human disease.
Human disease, but can pets actually have it without passing it on?
There is global surveillance on that very question, as you'd expect, and there's good collaboration between both vets and medics. There are 3 known cases globally where there appears to have been transmission of coronavirus from an infected person to a pet in their household. There were 2 dogs and 1 cat. But to be clear, those are cases of those animals becoming infected and then no evidence of them developing infection and going on to transmit that to other people.
Okay, and a bit of advice now, because some countries have implemented very severe lockdown measures and are even now stopping people going out for walks with their dogs. If you've got a particularly lively pet at home, how can you keep your pet entertained while you're also trying to entertain your kids?
Well, for some pets, this is a nice time because, as for some children, they're getting to spend time with their owners and parents that they wouldn't do normally. Of course, the social distancing restrictions that we're all facing to help save lives are important. So when we're able, if we're not self-isolating because of suspected signs of coronavirus and are therefore still able to take our dogs for a walk, for example, we should nevertheless make sure that they're kept on a lead. We wash our hands before we take them out, and we crucially keep them 2 meters distance, or whatever your local government advice is, away from other dog walkers. If you are self-isolating and you can't leave your house because you've got symptoms of coronavirus, then you could either arrange for a trusted friend or family member to take care of your pet for that period, which is possible for some people. But importantly, it's not necessary. So you can arrange for other people to come to your house to make sure your dog is taken for a walk. But again, thinking about the time of transfer, that person shouldn't come into your house. You should maintain a 2-meter distance from them, and just be sensible. Wipe your pet down, wash your hands before you transfer them, and ask them to bring their own lead with them. So there is sensible advice we can take. But the other thing I should say is that for some pets, having people around in the house that they wouldn't normally have, particularly perhaps children, if there's a change in routine, it can be stressful for some of our animals. Maybe cats are particularly prone to that. So the one top tip I would give for those pets, and indeed all pets actually, because of the change of routine, is to make sure they've got somewhere that they can go to get away from the rest of the household and commotion if they want to. So it might be a bed or a preferred resting area away from the commotion and the unusual activity, where they can go to minimize their stress and just get away from it all, which I think we all need to in these trying times.